Good. He failed to let me know that, so we'll give it a couple. We'll wait for everyone to settle down.
Is the guy with the new Bernadette rapper?
Is the what, sorry?
Is the guy with the new Bernadette rapper?
He is. Yeah, that's him.
He did this.
Gini, to start with, if Roberto Firmino isn't quite ready to start, will you be putting your hand up to start up front again?
I prefer to play on the midfield, but if the manager needs me there, I will play anywhere. But I think that's a really difficult position to play, and I think Dave Walker's Sturridge is a better option. But what I just said, the manager decide where you play. So if he needs me there, then I will play there.
With that in mind, then, just how important is Bobby to the way Liverpool play?
Really important, because he set the pressing from the front, and we just trying to follow him. And also when we have the ball, he's like an extra midfielder, so extra player on the midfield. So he's really important in both ways, because because even when the midfielders have the ball, you're trying to come from behind to basically take the ball off them. So he's also an extra defender, but then as a striker.
After the season you've had as well, Gini, and you've been so close to winning the league title, what pressure do you feel now to round the season off in the right way and finally deliver that first trophy under Jurgen Klopp here?
Personally, I don't really have pressure. For me, it's just an opportunity to win a title, and we just have to see how we're gonna react as a team. It's always easier to speak for yourself because I control my performance and everything, but I can't control the performance of the whole team. We just have to make sure that we are ready and give everything to win this game. But if we have pressure, we will see on Saturday. But till now, everything goes well. Everyone is relaxed, so I don't have the feeling that we have pressure.
Joel, I'll ask you the same question then. Are you feeling any pressure where Gini is?
I think we just should try to enjoy this chance to win the title and do our thing to win it.
It's 3 weeks though since you were last involved in competitive action as a squad. So has that been a good thing, a bad thing? What's it been like?
It's the same for our opponent. So we have fresh legs. We trained really well, and we're in a good shape. And
how happy then are you, Joel, with your form this season? What's been the real key as part of that successful Liverpool back line?
I think for sure Virgil make a big impact, but as a whole squad we improved a lot. It starts, like Gini said, in the beginning, in the front, like Roberto is, for example, the first defender, and Ali in the back. He also is great against the ball, and with the ball he does some amazing things.
Finally for me, we're all obviously waiting to hear whether Harry Kane or Son is going to start for Spurs up front, so who would you prefer to...
Played a big part, obviously, in the victory over Barcelona at Anfield with those 2 goals coming off the bench. And you've been in all teams at some stage come from behind to win matches, but the way that Liverpool seem to do it with such great regularity, what is it about this squad that you've been able to build this incredible never say die spirit?
I think the belief. I think after a 3-0 defeat in Spain, if you don't have the belief to change it at Anfield, I think then it's all really impossible. I think we had the belief that we could change it. Also because we played at Anfield, we know Champions League nights are special nights at Anfield, and that we can beat everyone. And even with big numbers. We did it against Rome, against City. I think City is one of the best teams in the world, and we were still managed to win the home game with 3-0. Was a different circumstance, but I think even against Barcelona, the belief was there to win the game 4-0.
It's a really competitive squad, obviously, and lots of midfield options for the manager. How do you manage to channel the disappointment in the games where you don't start? I mean, you must have been devastated not to start against Barcelona, but you managed to come on and make such a big impact. And it's not just you, it's everybody.
First of all, it's a really disappointed thing for the player himself. But at the end, it's a team sport, and when you come in, you don't only play for yourself, but you play for a team. You play for the supporters. You play for the club. So I think at that moment you have to forget the disappointment you have, and just trying to give everything for a team. And that's what I did. Basically, when I come in, you forget that you were angry, because you're playing and you're trying to enjoy and you're trying to succeed, and what we did. So at the end, I think even as a player, you forget that you were sitting on the bench, and even the disappointment you had. So yeah, I think that's the best way to react.
Can I ask you, Joel, how much does it give you from a personal footballing perspective to have the vote of confidence from the manager to keep on picking you now that, Dejan Lovren has been fit in games, you've been chosen ahead of him, Joe Gomez too? That's a lot of trust that the manager's put into you, and how does that make you feel?
I think it's not too bad for self-confidence, but I always believe in myself, but now I have the opportunity to play and try just to use it. And but we have a lot of quality in the team, so it doesn't matter who is coming in from the bench, or they always want to show, and they always showed. So it's just a good team, and it's really nice to be part of this.
Is this the best spell of your Liverpool career, do you think?
Spell?
The best period of your Liverpool career, given all these big games that you've been playing in regularly towards the end of the season?
It's really good that we had in the last few weeks that many wins, and yeah, I feel fine. It's hard to compare it to other parts of my career, but I really enjoy the time now.
Well, it was different last year because it was Real Madrid, but there is no hiding that you go into this game as the favorite to win. I know that no disrespect to Spurs, but because where you finished in the league and that you beat them twice and the way you're performing, how much pressure does that add on you being the favorite this time in the final?
To be fair, I don't really think about favorites or something, because in a game everything can happen. 90 minutes or even 95 minutes, two teams will make a chance to win the game, and I think everyone make us favorite because what you just said, we finish higher than them in the league. We won 2 times against them, but I think especially look at the second game we played against them. In the second half, it was quite difficult, and for a long time it was looking like the game will end 1-1, and I think with a little bit of luck, we had the second goal. So I think if you compare the teams to each other, it will be a 50-50 if both teams can win the game. So I think that's why it's important for us to start the game well, focus, and give everything we have.
Joel, don't think about it, but you must be thinking about the final every day. So what goes through the mind of a player knowing that you're playing the final in a couple of days?
At the moment, I'm quite fine. Of course, I know that's one of the biggest games, but at the moment, I'm fine. So I just want to enjoy that I have the opportunity. It's like, that's the kind of games you always want to play as a kid, and now you're there, and it would be stupid to really make you more pressure than it is, even 1 week before. That doesn't help. So in the game, the tension have to be there, but 1 week before, doing the training session, okay, but not doing the whole day.
Got the gentleman in the white shirt in the middle there. Raise your hand. No, sorry, behind you. Okay.
Hi, Gini. Christian Martin from Fox Sports Latin America. Just tell us the way the manager asked you to approach this week after the amazing things that happened in the previous ones. Is, you're going to get to Madrid slightly favorites because of the things you've done. The confidence, the competitiveness, the physicality of the team, the situation can get to your minds and play games.
To be fair, from the first day that we come back together, he was quite strict and said that the focus has to be on the Champions League now and that we have to train hard in Spain. I think we had a good training week. Was harder than normal, I think, because we had a few days off. So it was like a small pre-season, but I think in everything he trying to prepare us for the final. So even with boxes, he wants us to be 100% concentrated, and with everything we do on the pitch. So basically, it's not different than all the other weeks we had. But as you said, we were a few days off, so we trained a little bit harder during the week in Spain, and also because you have a few weeks before the final. I think that was like 10 days. You train different. You're trying to train harder because you don't have basically 2 games in between the games, because we had a rhythm that we were training basically less and play a lot of games, but we don't have the games now, so you train slightly harder than normal.
Jorginho, 3 years ago you were at Newcastle with Moussa Sissoko. You both relegated with that team. On Saturday you're going to be playing against him in a Champions League final. Just talk to us about what it would be like facing your former teammate.
To be fair, with Moussa I have a quite good relationship already at Newcastle. When I came there, he was the first player who brought me to eat something. So not even a Dutch player. There was a lot of Dutch players there, obviously, but since that moment I have a really good relationship with him. He came to my house a lot of times in Newcastle, and even when we split, he went to Tottenham, I went to Liverpool. We still speak with each other, and we congratulate each other with the final. But in the final we will not be friends for 95 minutes, and after we will speak again. But he's a special friend because what I just said, when I came to Newcastle, he was one of the players who helped me to settle in.
And a quick one for you, Joel. What's it like playing alongside Virgil van Dijk? Just tell us about his special qualities, because he's the best defender we've got in the Premier League.
He did it great defensively, and with the ball he's so calm. He wins his challenge in the air and on the ground. He gives the whole team much more stability, and he did it very well.
It's PP Sports from China. First, Jorginho, and people usually believe that superhero players will change the result, but you and Divock, you 2 heroes sent your team to Madrid. So is that means everyone of your team could be the key of the final?
Personally, I think that everyone is a key in the final, because you do it as a team, and how better your teammates perform will make it easier for yourself to perform. To come back for the question before that, I think everyone is a hero in this case. A lot of people speak about Divock and I because we score the goals, but I think the defenders defend Messi quite well, the midfielders did it quite well, even the attackers. Divock and I, we get also assists to score the goals, so also the people who gave the assist are heroes. So I think as a collective, it's a good team performance, and I think that's why we have to praise everyone and not only the players who score, because a lot of times, not only now, but in a lot of games, they only speak about the players who score goals, but you have also other players on the pitch, and I think against Barcelona was a lot of players who did their work. I think Alisson make a few good saves. The fullbacks were good, the midfield was good, everyone was good, but because Divock and I scored, everyone will praise us, but I don't think that's fair to the whole team, because as team performance, to achieve a 3-0 defeat and come back and win even 4-0, I think that we did it all together.
Thank you, Andrew. It's a pity that you missed the final last year. So if in Madrid you are in the starting lineup, you look behind, it's Alisson, the Golden Glove. Is that much better?
Ali is a great save, but also Loris, he's a great keeper. But we trust Ali, and he did it so well the whole season with the ball. And to have him in the back, it give all the defenders or the whole team an extra push. And we will be ready in Madrid. Doesn't matter who will play, who will be on the pitch. We will all fight, not only the 11 player on the pitch. We will all fight together to win this.
A question for both, please. Fernando Garcia, SNTV. We know what happened against Barcelona. The team kind of like collapsed, panicked in the second leg against you guys. Many blame that it was because what happened with Barcelona in Rome when they lost at home. And considering the precedents, considering that last year you lost against Real Madrid 3-1, do you think that feeling of panicking could happen to you guys in this final, considering what happened last year against Real Madrid? Thank you.
Everything can happen. I think more that what happened to us last year, it will help us this year. We're experienced one final more, so we play the final. We take that experience to this final, so hopefully we can bring this final to a better end. But everything can happen in the final. But I don't think we are that nervous or think that things can happen to us again. So what I just said, that we take it more as an experience than as something where we should be scared of.
Just the same. We try to learn from this experience we had and try to make it better. But we play against a great side, and it will be a big fight. And like Jeannie said, everything is possible.
Let's take a final question from there.
Hi guys, it's Fred Caldeira for Sport Interativo Brazil. We could see the impact of the fans against Barcelona. Anfield was massively helpful for you, and we have lots of fans going to Madrid with and without a ticket. I would like to ask each of you to send a message to the fans that are going to the final.
We have to say a message to the fans.
Yes, please.
Fans, thank you for your support. I think because of the fans, I think they make it possible to win the game at Anfield with 4-0. I think it would be way more difficult if we played that game somewhere else. Well, I think during the whole season, they support us quite good. Even after bad results we had, they were still there to support us. So it's a compliment for the fans. And yeah, basically I don't know what to say to the fans that don't have a ticket. It's difficult because what can you tell them? Did you feel sorry or something? Yeah, I feel sorry. Yeah, I think everyone deserves to be there, especially if you support your team during the whole season. But that's something we can control. You know, there's an amount of tickets, and I think the UEFA, they decide where the tickets will come. So it's not up to us that everyone can have a ticket. I would if I had them, but unfortunately I don't have them.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone.